Blazor WASM purpose and existence.
Traditional software development is divided into two categories: desktop software and web software. Desktop software runs natively on the user's computer. It requires a download or installation from a disk, CD, and operates within a window of a specific operating system. It's fast but not cross-platform. Data is stored locally, usually as binary files. Web software. The software is uploaded to a server and runs in the user's browser. Data can be stored in a database in any geographical location, as long as the connection is correct. The distinction between modern desktop and web software is becoming increasingly blurred. Desktop software can also utilize web services and remote databases. Web software can also run offline. When it doesn't rely on a network, it functions like desktop software. This is a very valuable feature because it combines the advantages of both desktop and web software. The web app HiWayCAD.com fully leverages this characteristic. Because of the offline capability of some web software, and the fact that desktop software isn't cross-platform, desktop software may eventually be phased out and replaced by web software that can run offline. The previous video emphasized that HiWayCAD's front-end JavaScript can directly call back-end C# code. Some might object to this, as there's a keyword here that's often overlooked: directly. Microsoft's Blazor WebAssembly WASM. The code, though uploaded to a web hosting server, is entirely downloaded to the user's local machine for execution. This eliminates the need for server-side code execution, enabling offline functionality. The communication between the front-end and back-end becomes internal, whispering on the same machine. Microsoft's Blazor server. When running, all front-end code is downloaded to the user's machine, while all back-end code remains on the server. A dedicated channel is established between the front-end and back-end using Signaler and is maintained throughout the session. The communication between the front-end and back-end is a form of internal hotline. Web software. Web software is a client-server application that relies on a network connection. Client refers to the user's computer, and server refers to the web hosting server. Web software can be developed collaboratively or completely separately. It communicates according to a specific protocol. For example, Amazon provides its service by informing the client development team of its API protocol. In this mechanism, both the client and server are masked, and they don't know each other. Therefore, every conversation requires authentication. This is the purpose of web service authentication. Web software authentication can sometimes be very strict. My traditional approach is: 1. After a user successfully logs in, a token is returned to the client. All HTTP information, including the token, timestamp, IP address, computer model, and browser brand version, is recorded in the database. 2. When the user makes a request, they must include their token. The backend needs to validate the token and record the request and timestamp. 3. When a user saves data, the backend must validate not only the token but also the timestamp, IP model, browser, and other HTTP information. Once passed, the save is executed, and the token is immediately invalidated. For every conversation refreshes a timer. If a timeout occurs, the token is invalidated. At this point, the user must log in again to continue. Blazor WebAssembly WASM is a cutting-edge software development framework from Microsoft. It allows developers to use C# instead of JavaScript to build interactive client-side web applications. For many developers and projects, this is a very attractive option because it allows them to leverage their existing C# skills and the .NET ecosystem to build a complete full-stack application. Here are some of the main reasons developers choose Blazor WASM. 1. Code sharing. Programmers can share code and .NET libraries between the client browser and the server, which greatly simplifies development and maintenance. 2. Performance. Blazor WASM applications run directly in the client's browser, providing near-native performance. While the initial download may take longer, subsequent interactions are very fast, similar to a desktop application. 3. Strong typing. Using C# provides the benefits of strong typing, which helps programmers catch errors early and improves the overall quality and maintainability of the code. 4. Powerful ecosystem. Programmers can take advantage of the extensive and mature .NET ecosystem, including a wide range of libraries, tools, and integrated development environments like Visual Studio. Blazor WebAssembly's offline capability is primarily achieved through progressive web applications (PWAs). This allows web applications to run even without an internet connection. It's accomplished using a technology called service worker. A service worker acts as a proxy between the browser and the network. It can cache your application files, such as HTML, CSS, JS, and C# DLLs. When a user revisits the application, even if they are offline, the browser can load the application from the local cache. Blazor WASM's offline capabilities have many highlights. 1. Improved user experience and reliability. For frequent users, offline functionality ensures that they can access the application even in unstable or disconnected network conditions. For example, a user of a bookkeeping app on the subway with no signal can still open the app to view, modify, and add entries. 2. Enhanced access speed. Since the application resources are loaded from the local cache, this significantly reduces network requests and speeds up the application startup time. This is a huge advantage for all users after their first visit. 3. Building a native-like experience. The combination of Blazor WASM and PWA capabilities allows a web application to be installed on a user's device. Just like a native app, it can have its own icon and a standalone window, providing a smoother experience. This is especially useful for tool-like applications that are used frequently, such as task managers, notepads, or simple games. 4. Confidentiality. Once the application starts running, the network can be disconnected, allowing the user to work and save data locally. This is an absolute necessity for sensitive government departments, military units, and high-tech centers. HiWayCAD's choice. HiWayCAD was conceived at the same time as C#. The goal was to use spare time to develop a revolutionary computer-aided design CAD software. This was a desktop version that won a first-place prize in China's Chunhui Cup competition in 2008. After winning the award, the project's commercialization was stillborn due to a lack of entrepreneurial confidence. So, the focus shifted to developing the second generation of HiWayCAD, a SilverLight version, which had excellent performance. However, because Microsoft abandoned SilverLight, HiWayCAD 2.0 also came to an end. Seeing that HTML5 had become dominant, HiWayCAD 3.0 was on the horizon. However, the choice of a logical framework was put on hold until the offline functionality of Blazor WASM was tested and matured. The most important consideration for choosing Blazor WASM was its offline functionality. At the same time, it looks much simpler and clearer than other single-page application SPA frameworks, to the point where there's almost no comparison. A single-page application SPA is a web application that runs in a single HTML page. It has become the go-to choice for web software development. Traditional websites require loading a new HTML page from the server every time a user clicks a new link. And SPA, on the other hand, only retrieves all necessary HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files during the initial load. After that, all user interactions, such as navigating to different pages or loading new content, are done dynamically on the current page using JavaScript, without reloading the entire page. This results in a smoother, more desktop-like user experience. HiWayCAD is a web-based CAD. Therefore, it cannot do without a significant amount of JavaScript. The key to success lies in handling the relationship between JavaScript and C# well. Fortunately, Blazor WASM perfectly provides this functionality, making it feel almost perfect. Because Blazor WASM is a type of web software, it inherently includes session storage and locale storage. This makes development much easier. They can be used as global variables to store or pass information. HiWayCAD's intermediate data is stored in JSON format using this method. The inspiration for HiWayCAD's cabinet design came from a recruitment event. At the time, the owner of a large company wanted a comprehensive software to replace a large number of manual CAD drafters. However, several groups of programmers failed to deliver. The company concluded that these individuals either understood engineering but not programming, or vice versa. When it was my turn, they were visibly dismissive. So, I quickly created a few demonstrations that far exceeded their requirements. The company was speechless but then proposed extremely harsh conditions. 1. All development must be completed within 2 weeks. 2. A guarantee must be given to leave the CAD industry afterward. This may have been intentional. Perhaps. The owner's pursuit of achievement was a pipe dream. The project manager feared losing their job and was passively resisting. The HiWayCAD project must continue without hesitation, with the goal of winning an international competition. Even if commercialization fails, this true and inspiring story must be written in code for future generations.